Right now, I guess we'll do the Shrek games. Yeah, Shrek's got his own section. First of all, we've got Shrek 2. Yeah, I actually really like this game. I've had this game since I was younger, and it's like you go through the movie, and it's like 4 characters, and you play as 4 characters in each level, and then there are like different mini games at the end of each level. Yeah, really decent. I mean, Shrek 2 is one of the greatest sequels of all time. So it's not the greatest game ever, but it's pretty decent. I think there are worse, movie-based games out there. There was Shrek games, quite fun. Shrek Super Slam. This is like a fighting game. It's another Power Stone clone. Why did so many like cartoon games do Power Stone clones? That's very weird, you know. Yeah, but this is a pretty decent game. Pretty fun. But if anything, I think this has actually got like the Smash meter in it. Like, you know, Smash Bros. Now had the Smash meter. This had this one first. So yeah, Smash copied from Shrek Super Slam. You hit it here first. And then we've got Shrek's Smash and Clash Racing. Yeah, I've played a bit of this. It's just a very generic racing game, you know. But like, I guess it's like not too generic because you're riding like creatures and that, which I guess is kind of different, but they don't control any differently. It's just another Mario Kart style game. Huh? Yeah, that's all I can say there. I'll just do these all together now because these are technically like, there's not really much else to say about these ones. So we've got FIFA 06, Pro Evolution Soccer 6, and UEFA Euro 2004. So yeah, these are just football games I remembered when I playing a lot when I was younger, and I just wanted to like pick them up again because I just have lots of memories of them. Again, I think I mentioned the FIFA game in my August game video, so I can mention that. So yeah, if you want to see me talk about that one, watch that video. Pro Evolution Soccer was really fun because it had this mode where you can like you can like pick a bunch of teams and they'll randomize a team of players from each team, and then you like sort of play a match with them, which I really liked. And speaking of that, Euro 2004 had a really cool mode where you actually get to pick your team, like a sort of draft type thing. Yeah, so all really cool modes that aren't seen in later football games, which is a shame because it would be nice if they could bring modes like that back because it'd be fun. Yeah, so looking for a PS2 football game, I'd recommend any of those. Next up, we'll do these all together as well because there's not much to say else about these ones. So we got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Pro Skater 4, and Tony Hawk's Underground. Yeah, Tony Hawk's series is really good. I think if I was to pick my favourite, I would say Tony Hawk's Underground is my favourite because that's got a story mode in it, and that story mode's really fun. Followed by Pro Skater 3, which is really good because that's got Wolverine and Darth Maul in it, which is fun. It's got some of the best sort of parks in it. And Pro Skater 4, I've not really played much of that one, but I don't think people don't really talk about Pro Skater 4, so it's probably one of the weaker ones, I guess. But yeah, all really good Tony Hawk games, and I really recommend it. And now we're on to the Disney section, and I call it that because it's mostly just all the things Disney have bought. And I'll start with just the next another sort of Pro Skater game, which is Disney Extreme Skate Adventure. Yeah, this is it's just Tony Hawk but with Disney characters, which is quite fun. So it's the Toy Story, Lion King, and Tarzan. Bit of a shame they picked 2 like films with jungle settings. You think it'd be nice if they did like on the Monsters Inc. or something. Oh, imagine Monsters Inc. Like, oh, imagine skating in the Monsters Inc. arena. Oh, that would have been so fun. That would have been cool. They should have done that. Yeah, it's just another Pro Skater type game. They actually licensed the engine of it, I think. Yeah, it uses the engine from Pro Skater 4. So yeah, really good. Alright, here we go. Here is one of my favourite games on the system, Simpsons Hit and Run. Yeah, you all know Simpsons Hit and Run. Hit and Run is legendary in like licensed game territory. It probably is one of the best licensed games ever made. Basically, like it's GTA but with Simpsons characters, and it's just all the tracks and the humour and the cars and that and the missions. It can get a little bit dull by the end of the game, and the last mission is really hard. I'm in an elite group if you beat the final level. In fact, I actually recently 100% this whole game, like I've got everything in it, which I think is a testament to how great this game is, that I actually wanted to do everything. So I got all the cars, all the costumes, beating all the levels. So yeah, fantastic game. If you haven't played it yet, you really are missing out. Another Simpsons game, one that I feel like I think people are a lot more harsh to than I think it deserves. Simpsons Road Rage. yeah, this is basically just a Crazy Taxi rip-off to the point where they actually got sued by Sega for it. But I actually do think it's a good game. I think people are way too harsh on this than it deserves, because it is a really sort of fun game. I mean, yeah, it's a rip-off of Crazy Taxi, but Crazy Taxi is awesome as well. So it's Crazy Taxi in the Simpsons world, and that's what's not to like about that. Huh? Yeah, really recommend. Yeah, really pick this up if you want just a fun sort of arcadey Simpsons game. Next up, this is also technically owned by Disney now, which is kind of weird. Family Guy, the video game. I've really not played much of this one. I think I got to I got to a Stewie level, and I just kept dying on that level, and I just gave up because I just didn't care. Yeah, it's just Family Guy, isn't it? Oh yeah, I forgot it. They put like cutaway gags, and during the middle of each level, there's like a little mini game you have to do, and it's basically in their way of doing a cutaway, and they're just as annoying as the actual show. Yeah. Although actually, I think this game came out when Family Guy was actually still good. But yeah, I don't think this game is great. Oh yeah, because it's 3 different playstyles. It's Stewie, who does like sort of shooting stuff. Peter, which does beat 'em up stuff, which is the best part. And then you got Brian, who does stealth sections in there. I loathe stealth sections in video games. So yeah, Brian is just as annoying in this game as he is in the actual show. So I guess it's accurate. Right, now we've got Star Wars. Ooh, one of my favourite Star Wars movies. Actually, my favourite Star Wars movie. Don't at me. Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, I actually think this game's actually pretty decent. It's just a nice little hack and slash game. It plays Anakin and Obi-Wan. And yeah, and this has got the 2-player fighting mode in it, so you can like play as like all the characters like Mace Windu and Obi-Wan Kenobi and fight with each other. And it's also got the alternate ending where if you can beat Obi-Wan as Anakin, and that's just really fun. Yeah, really good game. If you haven't played this yet, really, I'd pick it up. Oh, here's the best Star Wars game though, Battlefront 2. The worst part about EA's new Battlefront series is it now means that we have to specify which Battlefront we're talking about. So when you say, oh, I like Battlefront 2, you have to say, which one? I say, the good one. Nah, that's harsh. Battlefront 2, the newest one actually isn't that bad, but this game is legendary. This is just the best one. Just all the different worlds, all the different characters. You know, you actually play as the Jedi and the Sith. They got that awesome mode where you get to play as the heroes versus the villains, like all the heroes, like all the special characters, and that's really fun. Yeah, again, if you haven't played this yet, definitely do. It's really good. Now we've got the Marvel section. Not a lot here, and I'll just talk about the Spider-Man games together. So we've got Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. I've not played a lot of these games yet, which is, I know, kind of the wrong thing to say, because Spider-Man 2 is considered one of the best Spider-Man games ever, like one of the best licensed games ever. But I've just not really had the time to play it, and I think I worry that after playing the PS4 game, I'm going to struggle to go back to it, because the PS4 game is so good that I think it's going to be really hard to go back to an older Spider-Man game and try and play it. Like Spider-Man 1, this one is so weird to play now. When you played other Spider-Man games, trying to go back to this one is just a nightmare. Yeah. So yeah, I got to go back and play these at some point. I haven't got Spider-Man 3 or whatever yet, but I will get that eventually. And the last Marvel game we've got is Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Focus. Yeah, this actually, people really like this game. I think I actually was playing this the other sort of last year, and I got really annoyed at one section of the game. I think I rage quit because I found it too frustrating. It's like you have to defend a building from like sort of people attacking it, but I couldn't do it because they kept sending in people that you had to try and beat up, and it just didn't work. I didn't like it. Yeah, again, maybe one day I'll go back and sort of play it at some point, but yeah, from what I did play, it was quite fun. Just getting to smash things with the Incredible Hulk. Great. So now I'm going to do the SpongeBob / Nickelodeon section, because it's mostly SpongeBob games, and yeah, here we go. Never one of my favourite games on the system, one of my favourite licensed games ever, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Again, I mentioned how much the remake disappointed me, but I still think this is brilliant. I cannot wait for the new one coming out next year, I think. Yeah, it was just nice, refreshing to see like a licensed game like this actually be fun and good, and actually go back to it and find out, yeah, it actually is a good game, you know? Because so many of these games, like some of these licensed games, they just didn't care, they just did whatever they wanted, and it was nice to see them actually put effort in. So yeah, I would honestly recommend you try and track down the original copy. I guess the remake won't be bad, but I would just recommend you get this one first. And I guess this is technically the sequel, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Loved the film when I was younger, but this game is definitely good as well. But I don't think it's focus. There we go. Yeah, I think this is definitely a good game as well. I don't think it's as good as Battle for Bikini Bottom, and I do think it has a lot of issues in it. Like I feel like it tries to sort of mix in Battle for Bikini Bottom's like sort of hub world Banjo-Kazooie style gameplay with like a linear gameplay. Like the levels are linear. You have to go to the end of the level, but then there's like extra things you have to do in each level, and it doesn't fit, to be honest. Because then you got stopped at other sections and say, oh, you haven't got enough tokens. You've got to go back and do these other levels. And like again, it's like kind of what I mentioned, like the artificial lengthening of games to make them longer. Because obviously this game, without them, it would be over quickly. But they have to sort of stop you from going to places until you've got the right amount, which is a shame. But it's still a good game though. I quite like they've got some new gameplay in it. So like you got the Paddymobile and things like that. So yeah, definitely not a terrible game, but just one that isn't as good as the original. And we've got Lights Camera Pants. This is like a sort of mini-game Mario Party compilation thing. Yeah, this is really good. Best part about this game is that, so the whole point of the game is you're trying to get into like the episode of Merman Barnacle Boy. Yeah? So when you win, like you get 3 mini-games, and whoever gets the most points in all of them gets put in the film. And then they show a cutscene of you in the film, and they like made different versions for each character. And it's really cool because then when you beat the game, you actually get to watch the film with all the cutscenes put together. Like it's nothing amazing, but it is still really cool that they basically made 6 different there's like 7 different cutscenes and made 6 different versions of them for each character. Like no game would really do that. I think when you get to like the end of the game, you can sort of like make your own version of each film, which is really really good. I really like this game. Although I would recommend, if you're going to do that, I would recommend putting a cheat in to just unlock that mode, because if you're going to be playing it, because then you have to like play it 3 times, and that's just annoying. And there was plenty of game. We got Creature from the Krusty Krab, or as I believe that when it was announced on the Wii, it was called Breacher from the Krusty Krab. That's funny. Yeah, this one's quite interesting. Like you play as like SpongeBob, Plankton, and Patrick, and each level is like different. Like you're in a dream, so things get weird. So you got like giant plankton and like SpongeBob's like flying planes and cars, and he's got like that weird design. Oh yeah, Patrick's a superhero. Yeah, really decent game. If you haven't played this, I really would recommend it. It is quite fun as well. Not as good as like Battle for Bikini Bottom and that, but I think it's definitely one of the lower ones people don't really talk about. But I think it's good. I think it deserves to be talked about. And the only Nicktoons game I have is Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots. Yeah, this one's just fine. It's just bland and generic. Again, not a terrible game, but just nothing really into it. I actually beat this game recently, and it's so short. Like it's incredibly short and just really boring. Like there's like almost like it was like 3 levels basically, and yeah, just not exciting at all. Don't pick this one up. Maybe get one of the other ones, like I don't know, Volcano Island or whatever. And now we've got now I guess I've got what I would call the British section. You know, the shows based on British shows. And let's start off with one of my favourite TV shows of all time, and I'm not joking when I say this. Robot Wars. Robot Wars: Arena of Destruction. This one is. Yeah, Robot Wars is my favourite show ever. I absolutely love it. Everything about it. I know everything about Robot Wars. Like, tell me anything about it, and I probably would know it. But yeah, just absolutely brilliant show. This game is terrible though. Like, this is not a good game. It's like that's the problem with this game, is that it's so cheaply made and so lazily done. Actually, one thing I should mention that this is the only Xbox game I own. Robot Wars: Extreme Destruction. Yeah, I don't have an Xbox. I just bought this game so that I had it, and I think I had a friend who had an Xbox, and he lent me it so I could play it. Because I had it on PC, but older PC games don't work on newer PCs, which is annoying, so I can never get it working. So I just bought the Xbox version. And, you know, if I ever need it, I can just ask to borrow it. I did eventually think about getting an Xbox, but I just don't really. Maybe I'll get an Xbox one day, because I would like to get some of the Xbox games, like the wrestling games, but I don't really mind that much. But yeah, like, so as I was saying, these games are not good, they're really like, again, like they're cheaply made, like just sort of knock into. There's no like physics system to it. And I think that's the issue with this game. But like it's a PS2 game, what do you expect with the physics? You know, there's no there's no way you can really do physics in these types of games. But they tried, and it's just not great. I am thinking of doing a Robot Wars video one day where I talk about all the games. So yeah, I'll probably get more into them when I do those. But yeah, they're disappointing. These are disappointing games. Next up, oh god, anyone remember this? Does anyone remember this show? Fightbox. Yeah, this was like when they cancelled Robot Wars. This was like their replacement for Robot Wars, and it was nowhere near as successful. And yeah, it somehow got a game. So like, yeah, it was like Fightbox was like this show where I think you had to make a character, and then you went on the show and you had to do like these interesting like challenges. So then they turned it into a video game, and this video game is one of the most jankiest pieces of nonsense I've ever played. It's just so awkward to play and control. I mean, I actually saw that there was a guy. I saw a video on YouTube of someone who actually went on the show, and I think he said like the controls for the show was just as bad, you know, because like you had. I don't remember anything about it. I think I remembered when it aired. I think I watched it once, liked it because it reminded me of Robot Wars, and I don't think I ever watched it again, and I don't think it was ever successful because I think it only did one season. But again, somehow it got a video game, and I don't know how that happened because, yeah, not a good game, terrible game. Next up, oh god, hello again, Blast. Happy to see you again. Yeah, so this is Mr. Bean the game. Now you're probably thinking, how on earth you turn Mr. Bean into a video game? I'll tell you how. You do it badly. Yeah, Blast again. So you knew this was going to be awful. Don't be excited to see Rowan Atkinson there because he's not here at all. It's only the animated version. I don't know why live action Mr. Bean's there because he's not in the game at all. It's just it's based on the animated version. And the controls, my god. Well, I'm only going to play like one level of it, and it's just, yeah, like I played one level of it and realised, yeah, this game is terrible. Like you don't need to play any more than that. You play one level and you know you've seen everything this game has to offer. Just absolutely awful. Just one of the worst. And the only reason why I keep these games is because it's just fun to have them. You know, you can't always have good games. You've got to have some sort of silly, stupid ones at some point as well. Huh? Do these ones together because I've not got much to talk about. These ones got Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo and Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Yeah, love Wallace and Gromit. I think they're like they're British icons, and yeah, these games are. I've not played much of the games, but from what I've played them, they seem okay. Again, Wallace and Gromit seems like another one of those weird ones where like you wonder how you can turn it into a game, but I think what they've done with it is decent. But again, I've not played much of it, so I can't really sort of say much else. Yeah, just pretty fun. And you know, it's Wallace and Gromit. We love Wallace and Gromit. G2 next together. So now it's kind of just a random section, like just everything else I've got. So we've got 2 Hot Wheels games. We've got Hot Wheels Velocity X Maximum Injustice, I think, and Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. I really like the Hot Wheels games. Like that, they're another game. They're another franchise that are on my collections, and yeah, these two games are actually pretty fun. Actually, I haven't played this game in years. I think I played this one recently. This one's quite fun. So you've got different like stunts and challenges you've got to do. Yeah, if you like Hot Wheels, I really recommend these two. They're really fun. Huh? Yeah, not much else to say about them. Just traditional Hot Wheels racing games. Now we've got the Lego section. Do this one first because I've got more to say about this one. Lego Racers 2. So I mentioned Lego Racers in the PS1 video and how much I loved it. This one's not as good, but I still think it's decent. You know, probably like again, would love them to do another Lego Racers, but yeah, this one it's not as exciting as Lego Racers 1 is, but I do think it is quite fun, and I think I'd recommend it if you like Lego and that, and you want another Lego Racers game. So these next two are interesting because they're called Lego games, but the name doesn't say Lego. So we've got Football Mania and Island Extreme Stunts. So like you'll notice that is Lego Island. So this is like Lego Island 3, but it's not called Lego Island 3 and it doesn't even have the Lego in it. So like you see here, like when you have them on the side, it's just called Football Mania and Island Extreme Stunts. You won't know that they're Lego games until like, and also you put them in alphabetical order like I do. They're nowhere near each other. So yeah, just talk about game titles because that's what we do. That's what we do on YouTube. We talk about random stuff that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm not playing much of these games, but so actually, yeah, I've got more to say about Football Mania, so I'll get rid of that one. But there's a funny story about this one. So when I was younger, I bought the PC version of this game, and I couldn't get it working on my computer, and I was really sad because I really wanted to play it because it's Lego football, and that seems like it'd be really fun. But yeah, like I'm sure I'll get into it at one point, but I think I've seen some people say it's not very good, but I'm sure it could be fun for a little bit. And these are the last 4. Like, there's no connection to these ones. These are just the last ones there. So should we do that one? We'll do this one first. This is like one of the more popular ones. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. So I've never actually seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies. I've seen bits and pieces of them, but I haven't seen the full films. But this is actually a really good game. Like, again, nice hack and slash game. A lot of people sort of say this is like one of the best licensed games, and it is really fun. You know, if you like the Lord of the Rings movies, then you'll definitely like this game. Again, I can't really get that into it because I haven't really seen the films. I'm sure I will do it one day, and by that I mean it'll probably take a whole day to watch all of them. They're very long movies. But yeah, not bad. I guess this is, I don't know if this is technically counted as licensed, but it kind of is. Monster Jam Maximum Destruction. Yeah, I have a soft spot for Monster Truck games, and this is one I really liked. Oh yeah, it's got like sort of cool Marvel cars in it. Wolverine, Spider-Man are there. Yeah, it's just like you just get to crush things and you get to beat people up, get to shoot people with guns. Yeah, nice fun little game, really decent. Next up, Godzilla Save the Earth. Yeah, these Godzilla games are really fun. You just get to crush people and beat people up. Nice game as well. I think I've got one of the other Godzilla games on GameCube, but I haven't got the other one. So yeah, these are good games. Just really fun to sort of smash stuff. And the last one we've got is Micro Machines. This is another one of those games I really loved when I was younger. Just a typical Micro Machines game, and then you just I loved the whole idea of you being tiny and you got to go through the sort of worlds. Yeah, really good game. I think this is one people don't really talk about. Actually, I think this is another one that only came out in Europe. I'm not sure. So yeah, if you can find a copy of it, I really recommend it. So yeah, that's all the PS2 games. I told you that was going to be a long one. I'm sure there'll probably be 2 videos, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video, which I believe will be GameCube stuff. Bye.